Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tanrı doğru çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to another Maestro Game production, and welcome, of course, back to Football Manager 2021. As you can see, we are jumping into the Turkish Cup draw. Of course, we do have one match to have a little look at from between episodes. We then also have our game where we will be playing Hatayspor. But before we head to Hatayspor, we wanted to have a little look at the cup draw. So let's have a little draw of the teams. I don't know if it's a good idea to do this team by team. I think we just leave it running automatically, and yeah, in fact no we don't, because automatic is really slow. So let's just quickly click through until we get to us. So as you can see, quite a few teams have come out of the draw already. Will we come out early or late in the cup? That is the question. We have yet to be drawn. There's many teams already out of the hat. So, who are we going to end up with? Denizlispor, of course, is away from home. They've got a nice easy tie. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't make their way up, of course. Now, finally, we're at home. But who do we have? Adana is still in the draw. That could be an interesting one. Is there any other teams in our league still in the draw? None that I'm noticing. I didn't notice any. So, our opponents for the Turkish Cup third round are Cyberpunk. Interesting. Second league? Well, third tier. So, Turkish 2 League, red group. That's not a bad little draw for us. We should be able to handle them quite efficiently. Might even give some of the youths a run out in that game. And, well, where does it go in our schedule? It goes here. So it goes in 2 games time, so it'll go between this and probably the next episode, because I don't fancy doing Cyberpunk. I think we'll do Denizlispor as our next one, and yeah, as we'll see in just a second, I am going to try and make it so our Christmas game falls around actual Christmas. So as you'll see here, we've got a game on the 25th of the 12th, so that we want to be in a few episodes time. So we're going to do Denizlispor. I previously said about Fenerbahce, although that's going to be painful to watch. We're going to do Fenerbahce. We are also doing Adana, and we're doing Faith, I believe. I want to say there's another one in here. I think I might have decided to do Besiktas, so I'm not going to click that one just yet, but we're definitely doing those 4. There's definitely one in here as well, which I'm pretty sure I settled on doing Besiktas. Yes, again, it's going to be painful watching the Fenerbahce game and watching the Besiktas games, but we want to see the big teams. We want to see the big players, especially after some of the signings Besiktas has been making. They're only 5th in the league, and they have gone absolutely crazy with the amount of players they've been bringing in. In fact, let's just go to transfer history. As you can see, they brought in Phil Jones. They've had quite a few signings, 20 million for 4.6 million in sales. So they are definitely spending the cash. How did they do last year? They in fact didn't buy anyone last year. They got 2 people on a free transfer and sold all these for 2.2 million. So it's an expensive season for Besiktas. They must be pushing for the league this year, but a team that won't be pushing for the league is us. As you might have already noticed, we are 18th in the league. We are versing Hatayspor though in the next one, of course. Hatay are another team which should be down here scrapping with us. They have managed to pick up some points though, so have Bandit. That's not nice to see. Same with Adana, they're on a point. There's only us 4 down here yet to pick up any points. But I'm going to head on over to Hatay. Well, see you fine folks for today's game. Right everyone, so it's game time here in Hatay. As you can see, we are going for the usual suspects in our Christmas tree formation. Now, those of you who are very keen-eyed will see in the tactics we've had a few little tweaks. So, as you'll see from some of these, Out of possession, I've dropped us back to a lower and lower. Just going to sit back a little bit further. Don't want to be too exposed at the back. In transition, we haven't changed anything in here, I don't believe. Now, in possession, I'm trying to waste time. I want to try and play for a draw, but push on for the win. So, hopefully do that. Shorter passing, drop the tempo down a little bit too. Going to try and play pretty much through the middle in our Christmas tree formation. And that is the tweaks I've made. Oh, there is one other. I believe it was on out of possession. We use tight marking now as well, because the players prefer tight marking. So we've now applied the tight marking. We've also got captaincies set, as you'll see from this screen, if it will go to it. We have all of our stand-ins set, so it's not going to auto-pick random people. Set pieces, I've selected kick takers, and, well, for these ones, I've not sorted any of them. So, we are all ready for today's game. Of course, we are going in on a loss. I didn't show you, fine ladies and gents, that loss, but for those who are interested, it was a 3-1 loss. We will actually go have a little look at those highlights before we get into today's game. We will reminisce about the pain that we suffered at their hands. As you can see, we're not going to go into the highlights. In fact, I apologise. We'll look at the match statistics. So, 7 shots to their 6, 4 to their 3 on target. It was a very close game. 0.51 to their 0.53 XG. 7 corners, 10 fouls to 11. 1 yellow cards, 2 yellow cards. Passing complete, 86% to 88. It was a very 50-50 game, as you can see. 49% to their 51. In fact, look at this goal from Recap. We will watch one highlight, because Recap's goal was pretty marvellous. As you can see though, they scored on the 51st, 58th, and just basically ran away with it in the second half. But this is how we got off to an opener. Recap just turns, smashes it. Pantilimon, of all goalkeepers, pushes it into his own net and can't keep it out. Unfortunately for us though, they managed to pile on the pressure, push up at our end and score a couple of goals of their own. So, with that disappointment out of the way, that was about 20 odd days ago. We've had a few weeks to recuperate. We've had the guys in training, we've worked them hard, we've pushed them onto tactics. As you can see, they're getting more familiar with the tactics, so hopefully today they understand the tactics. That's good. This is a lot more green than it was in the previous game, I'll tell you that for sure. Now, they still lack tactical familiarity, them three, but it was almost the reverse of this, to be honest. But as you can see, the players are finally getting used to the shape, used to the tactics, drilled some of that into them, and hopefully that will pay dividends in today's game. So, here is the team sheet. Feel free to pause if you are interested. I'm not going to, though. We are going to crack on with it. Go out there and impress me is what the assistant thinks, and I think that is not a bad idea. We are going to... Yeah, encourage. Pump fists. Go out there and impress me. That's him. That's motivated one player. And it's also got Ozcan Nervous, who's sat on the bench for some reason. So, Manfredini takes the captain's armband today. What do you see in him as a leader? Is a natural choice under these circumstances, i.e. our captain and vice captain sit on our bench. Are you confident Adigan will perform today? Well, after the past couple of games, not particularly, but I'm very happy with him and have no worries at all. I certainly trust him and I know he's working hard to get to the level we need him to be at. Indeed, all of our players are working hard. Slowly but surely we'll get some points. We shall get that 40-point target. We shall hit it. But first we need to get off this losing streak. Current 2-game losing streak is not a good start to the season. As you can see, quite an empty stadium, so we're not going to have the pressure of the away fans on us too much today. Although we are, of course, still away from home. This is a game we really need to be picking up points in. We can't be dropping points against a team that's predicted 16th. We're predicted 18th. We need to be taking points off these 16th, 17th, 15th, 14th, maybe 13th, 12th. These sort of teams, so we can push on up. So, it is Umar. Umar coming down this left-hand side, tries the ball over the top. Unfortunately, it is intercepted though. Selim will play it to Saki. Saki back to Selim. Now to the Saki man. The Saki man gets back to Yusuf, and they are still in possession. Someone please tackle them. Come on, Omar, make a big tackle here. Popov will play it back to Saki. Omar, don't let him have the space. That's awful. Playing Ozcan though on the counter-attack. Can he get past Traore? No, he'll play it back. Recap now in possession. Plays it back to Musin. Musin plays it to Emrahan. Emrahan holds up the ball nicely for Musin. Musin through ball to Recap. We've got an overlap over on this right-hand side. Oguzhan. Oguzhan, lovely ball through to Ragutsa. Ragutsa. I need to change his name. Raga. The Ragman. The Ragman smashes us into the lead though. Ragatsu. And it's a lovely start to today's game. 27 minutes in. Let's have another little look at this one. Through ball gets past two players. Bilong should have done a lot better. If he just turned, he could have cleared that. And yeah, but we aren't going to complain. We have a goal. Sinan now. Free kick. Can we get a second? Back post. Oh, come on, Obilor. Got to keep your header down, my friend. Unfortunately, you can't. And, well, we're up to 9th. Now, Sally days. But 3 points from 3 games at the moment. We shall take a victory here today. That would be very nice. And currently we are getting it. So we head into half time. They've had 7 shots to our 3. Farvantage to our 2. 0.38 XG to our 0.57 though. So they've had shots. They've just not been very valuable shots. Corners, they've had 5, we've had 1, 11 fouls to our 2, 1 yellow card to our 0, 89% passing to our 87, 51% possession to our 49. The only goal, of course, is Ragatsu on that 28th minute. So let's head into the dressing room, tell the lads they've done an okay job. As you can see, Ragatsu 7.3, 6.7, 6.9. Decent along the board. Couple of players on 6.5s. Struggling. Obilor's having a nice game. We've got Manfredi having a nice game. The team's starting to settle. That's nice to see. We've got decent players. We just need to give them time to embed themselves in, work together, and hopefully we can pick up some points more and more as the season progresses. So, first of all, we are going to do the whole hands on hips, because why not? So, things are going well, but I know you're capable of better, is what our assistant thinks. And you know what? That is not a bad shout. That's motivated Berber. Berber is very motivated today. I don't know if Berber just doesn't like Hatay or what, but he's definitely motivated for today's game. That is nice to see from our right back. He's not having the greatest of games, to be honest. If we have a little luck, he's on 6.7. Not the best, but he's not having a bad game. That is for sure. Ragatsu now gets past Bilong. Bilong is having an awful game, by the way. Unfortunately, though, Bilong's got back in front of him and he's tightened the angle for Munier to collect the ball from the shot. So, 59 minutes. Popov will throw it in. Can we clear it away? We've headed only as far as Saki on the edge of the box. Somebody get a tackle in. Popov, acres of space. We can't be giving them space like that. That was just asking for them to score. Why? That was not tight marking in the slightest. All of our players got confused. Sine over here just doing his own thing. And, well, they've just got an equaliser through Selim. Selim with a lovely header. Getting them back into this one. So, you know what? Do we go attacking? Do we go attacking? You know what? No, we're not having a bad game. That was disappointing, but we're not playing bad. So we're not going to do that. He's wound up. Obilor, I feel your pain. I'm wound up too. That was hideous. So, our best players right now. Oh, goodness. What am I moving? Right, there we go. So, our best players right now are our striker, our centre-back, our goalkeeper, and our central attacking. So, them two and these two. Not bad. Not bad. The middle of our Christmas tree is where we're weak at the moment. Omar, you've got to do better, my friend. Uslu is a good replacement, so we'll bring Uslu on. We can do that change. That's a nice one. Yildirim, he's been kind of disappointing, if I'm honest. Can we bring in a suitable replacement, though? Ozcan, how do you feel about sliding into that position? Ozcan, can you do a decent job in ball-winning midfielder? I know it's not your ideal role. In fact, do we bring him more to the base? Do we make him a defensive midfielder? Or even an anchorman? He's a decent anchor, you know. Let's bring on the cock. We're going to have our cock. We're going to put our cock right there. No, we're not. No. We'll leave our cock where it is. Our cock is fine. We have no cock issues right now. So we'll leave that in there. Yes, I know. Out of context, that does not sound great. But we shall position it right there. Ozcan is not having the greatest of games. Neither is Kurt. Kurt, after that recent issue, has caused me some problems. So Diarra will come on for him. We're not going to bring on a fourth. I think those changes should be enough. In fact, we're going to give him a talk. I have faith in you. Get out there and make a difference. We're not making a gesture. They've taken it. Meh. They've not been encouraged. They've not been discouraged. So, could have gone better. Could have gone worse. Diarra comes in. Lovely free kick. Back post. Headed away. It's counter-attacked by Tues, though. Can Ozan even make a tackle? He does. Unfortunately, he slid it straight to Lowell, who gets it back to Selim. Selim with the shot. Lucky for us, it goes wide. And Manfredini can breathe. In fact, we can all breathe. A nice sigh of relief as that goes wide. So, come on, lads. I'm going to encourage you. Hopefully... Actually, no. We're going to demand more. Entire team, come on. Last few minutes. A little bit more. Come on. That's what we want to see. Right. Sell him to man-mark. You know what? That's not a bad call. You go man-mark him. You man-to-man. Make sure he can't do anything. Right. Last minutes. Uslu throws it into Emrahan. Gets it back to Ozan. Ozan holds up the ball nicely. Ozcan. Diarra. Diarra through to Recap. Oh, Recap. Unfortunately, it's a lovely save by Mounier. If you just put it further into the corner, we might have had a lead. We know how deadly Recap can be from those positions, especially from that game in between episodes. He's gave it straight back to Ozcan, though. Ragazzu plays it back to Diarra. Now with Ozcan. Ozcan back to Ozan. Ozan, will he make a nice ball? Back to Ozcan even. Ragazzu. Now to Recap. Ragazzu, he's got past the defence. Oh, come on, Ragazzu. He's got a second. It was messy, but we will take it. That is lovely to see. Messy football, but who cares? Goals are goals. It's the points in the end that matter to us. It comes bouncing off Youssef, goes back to Ragazzu, who will just slide it past Meunier. And hopefully, come on, don't give a second one back, please. Popov, don't give Popov another chance to whip one in. He has Tues. Is he offside? I think he's offside. He looked offside to me. Fractionally offside is what the call is according to this. VAR is going to review this goal. And the decision? Disallowed. Let's go. Let's have a little look at this offside. It was offside. We probably shouldn't have gave him that much space. We definitely shouldn't have gave Popov the space to make that cross. But we've done it. We've squeezed out a victory. Let's go. 12 shots for them. We had 8 to their 12. 6 on target to their 7. 1.38 XG to their 0.8. 4 corners to their 8. 3 fouls to their 16. 0 yellow cards to 1. 89% passing completion to their 87. And of course 51% possession to their 49. It was a good game. But unfortunate for them, Ragazzu was on fire and their defence was terrified. As you can see, we've had some nice players through the middle. We do need to shore up this central midfield role. I don't know who we can have in there, to be honest. Yildirim's been rather disappointing. Ozan has been disappointing coming in. Sliding Alcock in there has just not been working, so we really need to find an alternative approach. Now, Omar, he can have better performances. I'm not too worried about that. Uslu, he can come on if he isn't performing. And heck, I can always bring Uslu back into the starting lineup if Omar consists on his poor performances. Ever since he got in the Kenyan squad, I guess he's focusing more on his international career instead of his club ability. Kurt, a little disappointing today, but he hasn't been playing too often. Diarra came in nicely, so maybe Diarra might start the next one. Who knows? I haven't decided quite yet on that, as you can see. few players had some good jobs. Now, well done, lads. That was a good win for us. I think our assistant has hit the nail on the head. We are going to do no gesture, just tell them well done. Good job. That's inspired a lot. Those two are nervous. We're going to get our team morale up a little bit. Got to perk them up. So his dramatic late goal was something for you to savour. How do you rate that moment? That's what football's all about. It was a joy to behold. It was indeed a joy to behold. 9th in the league on -3 goal difference, admittedly, but we've got points. We've managed to get above Hatay, Adana. We even have Bandy underneath us. So that is lovely to see. Unfortunately, Bandy does have a game in hand, and Adana does too. Great. And they're below us, but they also have a game in hand. Still early to be looking at where teams are, I must say. But we have managed to get points, and that puts me in a good mood. So, Bursa have been awarded 246,000 for their win against Hatayspor. Of course, we do. We get big prize amounts in this league, and that's going to help us financially. The more we can win, the more we can survive in this league. But I have a press conference to deal with, and we have a couple of games to sort before the next episode. As you might have noticed, we are back on daily uploads. I've got Cyberpunk coming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So it's packed schedule from here over Christmas. So you might see me wearing the same thing a couple of times. I might be doing a massive pile of episodes in a few days just so I can have Christmas off with the family, of course. So as you can see, I'm going to play through the next couple of games. We'll get to Denizlispor. I'll probably record that in a few hours, and I'll see you fine folks for the episode. Yeah, I don't know where my brain went though. I'll see you fine folks in the next episode, and have yourselves a lovely night. Goodbye.